Massey Jim plays Hearts of Iron 4, where America is almost great. We just got to the point where we can get war propaganda and be able to recruit even more people, and that starts a great chain of events where we can end up getting War Plan Red and War Plan White, and going to war with Great Britain, the Empire, and the USSR. And we can also get military construction, the giant wakes, and a whole bunch of other stuff that'll allow us to get out of this little slump we're in called the Great Depression. And looking at the rest of the world, France is getting some screen ships. The United Kingdom is strengthening the Commonwealth ties. They're befriending Japan. They're going for positive heroism. And they're reinforcing the Soviet border. Which, yeah, Soviet Union gets an event. And they actually, Southern expansion, United Kingdom, Netherlands, and strike the USA. Wow. Hopefully they won't go that way. Hopefully they'll go Northern expansion and we can eat the Soviets together. You know, Japan actually does have a really interesting tree to go. I'm surprised I've never really looked at that too much. That might be something to focus on in the future. A non-achievement run for Japan. Until then, we're just going to sit here, get machining tools, factories, and just try to push as quickly as we can to building up a suitable army to take over the world. Because I'm not even hiding it, that's our goal right now, is to take over the world. Looking at it, we're probably going to need to go up to Canada before we go down to Mexico. So I'm going to take this submarine squadron and rebase them up to the... Do I want to go Northwest Coast or Labrador Sea? I could probably do both. Send them to the Northwest Coast here. Actually, remove that. Send them there. Alright, and take one of these units over here, one of the ships. We have one submarine there, and we have 11 and 12 here. Alright. Send them up to the Newfoundland Sea for convoy raiding. And as far as the other ones go, we have battleships, cruisers, destroyers. Actually, yeah, here. 31 destroyers. Might as well have them do convoy protect. Oh, they already are doing convoy protection. Because I'm wanting to prepare for war with Canada. They've had it too good for too long, and they need to die. Plus, I mean, who lives in Canada? So as soon as we get that done, we're going to focus on, hopefully, War Plan Red. Embargo the Empire. So yeah, as soon as... Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to join the Axis Federal Corps. I think I should join the Axis. Because, I mean, that just makes it makes the most sense to me, joining the Axis, if I get invited to join the Axis anyway. It would keep Germany and Japan in a comfortable position and would allow me to eat through the Soviets and whoever else I want without worrying too much. I could found my own faction, but I don't really see a point in it right now. You know, as fun as that would be to found my own faction. You know, have like an American fascist faction. Mexico is likely to accept democratic pressure. I'm not even sure where on this tree founding factions is. Canton Volunteer Forces. Oh well. Missing equipment production. Okay, so we need equipment production for carrier-capable air support and carrier-capable naval bombers. Carrier naval bombers and carrier air support. I'm not going to give them factories just yet, because I still have way too many that I need out here. And I honestly think that the rest of this is probably more important. And I only need a few of them anyway, so. And then some more technology. I could go for some more. Yeah, I'm just gonna rush down as much of this as I can, honestly. Make Canada fascist too? The only problem is, I mean, I could make them fascist, don't get me wrong. I get a whole thing over here called the Neighbors, which will give them, and oh, actually, I won't give them democracy support. So, what the Neighbors does is it'll give them, it gives all this whole tree just gives people random influences, like, you know, democratic support for the Dominican Republic, drift defense for Cuba and Haiti. Central America gets a whole bunch of stuff. Pax Americana gets a whole bunch of people. Democratic support. Yep. Our people don't want to send their children to die in another war, but many politicians see a need for intervention. Propaganda to demonize the enemy and call for an open conflict may not only be a tool for tyrants. So which gives us the ability to get volunteers. Right? So I can't do any more in this tree. I think I'm going to go for reaffirming the Monroe Doctrine right now. I mean, I could theoretically make Canada fascist. It wouldn't be a bad idea, probably. But I could also just eat them, honestly. And I will get a Conquer CB on them. I'll get a Conquer war goal on Canada, so might as well use it, right? I love how, you know, you can get anti-imperialism and strike at the empire. Oh, actually, you have to be communist for that. Wow. I thought you just didn't have to be democratic. I didn't know that. I didn't know you had to be communist. So I was going to get crusade against communism. So yeah, you're right. I'll probably, I guess, make Canada fascist. Ah, welcome back, Orion. And I can't boost popularity right now. I don't have political power anyway. I forgot. Yeah, like I said, close to 500,000 now. Which is great. Actually, let me move these up a little bit. So when we do get some factories, they'll eventually go to these guys. Which should be pretty soon, honestly. Especially if this world tension keeps up. All we need is 30%, and we can get that. We can get this next time. As long as it stays above 25%. And fascist America is just kind of chugging along. Hopefully we'll see it this episode, maybe not. It may take a little bit longer than 30 minutes to turn America fascist, but we'll see. Everything else is just coming along. Construction 2. And where are we at on factories? So many factories. factories to go. We still have a lot of factories to go. But the more we build, the more that we can use. We get 14 from trade. Jesus Christ. And we're exporting a lot of steel. And a little bit of tungsten and a little bit of oil. And a little bit of aluminum. I guess that's one of the really nice things about America is all the exports that you just, get. That's an extra 14 factories for us. And the only import I think we have is... Yeah, the only import we have is chromium. So we're only using 2 factories, and even then, I mean... If it wasn't for the fact I was producing cruisers, we wouldn't even have to import chromium. But I want an extra cruiser, so... And it'll be done in August. After that, who knows? Floating airfield. And we finally blew through all of our increased research time here. It might not be a bad idea to get the rest, honestly. But it's 1938 now, so we can focus on other things like... Improved infantry equipment. Yay! And then as soon as that gets done, we can focus on machine tools, excavation even, who knows. And it dropped back down below 25, damn. And I don't think it's going to get back up above 25 in the next 2 days. Could be wrong, but I don't think so. Unless somebody gets sent... Dating over 100 years back, the Monroe Doctrine codified U.S. intervention in the case of European attempts to colonize the Americas. But stay out of European affairs. Strengthening our role as peacekeepers on these continents will improve our influence in the region. So basically we get more trade influence. Which is, it's okay. And I think I'm going to go for... Bureau of Aeronautics. Might as well. And just try to focus this down. And hopefully, by the time we run out of stuff to do here, we'll be able to force these guys to go fascist instead of democratic. So I'm really not wanting any more democratic nations around here. Construction 2, awesome. Let's just get this done with. Synthetic oil experiment's almost done. Which means that maybe eventually we don't have to import rubber either. So I think that's like the one other thing we don't produce actually is rubber. So... Yeah, we produce 0 rubber, so we have to import 8. So, construction, synthetic refineries, and this one I left a few places open. I think that'll do it. I don't want to take up any C slots with some refineries, so... And those will take forever to build. Yeah, 80,000 construction costs. That's going to take forever. That's why I'm not too worried about it being near the bottom of the list. I'll put it past the dockyards, though. Infrastructure can wait. Because a lot of places will get free infrastructure, so... Not too worried. To make some coastal forts, I guess. I didn't even think about out here. And Alaska can get some factories as well. Yep, 28 naval bombers, and when the next carrier rolls out, we're just going to need that many more. How do we not have... Oh, so... Yeah, we need to get the P-40 Warhawk for our upgrades for our Air Force. We can probably end up getting the B-17 Flying Fortress. Yeah, this is going to be nice. I guarantee you I can turn Mexico fascist pretty quick. Even though they're working on political effort now, and they'll probably go liberty ethos. I've never seen a nation like do anything but liberty ethos unless they were already like fascist. Like obviously nations with a generic tree. If it's already fascist, do nationalism, interventionalism, it's already communist. But places like Finland, Mexico, El Salvador, places that have no... El Salvador even, I mean, it starts out being fascist, but I'm pretty sure they still, they actually did go nationalism. Okay, awesome. Army effort. Let's see if I can look at any of them actually did go. Maybe not this time. Oh, they went internationalism, collectivist. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Warhawk. How am I gonna join the Axis? It's probably gonna end up being in a war. Like I said, I'll be able to go to war against the Soviets as well. Hopefully I'll be able to go to war against somebody over here. I don't know how, but hopefully. It might just be a matter of justifying war goals on the United Kingdom. Which, honestly would not upset me. Yeah, we would need world tension to be a little different, but yeah. And 48% here, awesome. But eventually, Germany will see us as a powerful nation. Like, when Germany does go to war with... They're Anschlussing now, and when they do go to war with France and Poland and la-di-da-di everybody over here in Europe, they're going to want someone else powerful to back them up, which I guess is going to be me. So hopefully that'll allow us to start eating land over here, and even the Anschluss of Austria, which is great for us. After a successful coup d'etat by the local Nazi party in Vienna, German troops have crossed the Austrian border and taken control of the country. No fighting has been reported, and the German soldiers were greeted by cheering crowds in the cities. In a speech before a massive crowd at the Heldenplatz in Vienna, Hitler announced the Anschluss of Austria, annexing the country into Germany. The oldest eastern province of the German people shall be, from this point on, the newest bastion of the German Reich. If that's what they wish. So we got the Bureau of Aeronautics. To meet the needs for naval aviation development, the Bureau of Aeronautics, which has been responsible for these matters for decades, will have to be expanded. And since world tension is at 25, we can do prepare intervention, which will give us the ability to lend-lease. It will also change us to isolation instead of just undisturbed isolation, which is fantastic. Because I'm getting tired of, all of our factories being used to make toasters. Because, I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing when it's showing the construction area. 117 consumer goods factories. 70% of our total number of factories produce consumer goods. That is insane. And as we start moving that number closer and closer towards, war mobilization or total mobilization, we'll start seeing more and more get pushed to building shit. Yeah, Americans love their toast, Orion. Americans love their toast. Yeah, with the Anschluss of Austria, that's what put it over the edge, thankfully. And the Japanese-Chinese war, looks like the Japanese are winning. Nationalist Spain is winning. Yeah, Nationalist Spain is kicking some major ass. I expect to see a capitulation in like a month. And yeah, the Japanese are slowly making their way down the coast. They've taken Beijing, and it looks like they're pushing to Nanjing now too. Oh yeah, Ryan, I forgot to mention, during my test playthrough yesterday, when I was looking at causing civil wars everywhere, Fascist America was really interesting because all of Cascadia, all of these states went to the Fascist America, as well as the entire South went to Fascist America. Everything else stayed normal America during the Civil War. 49%. Hopefully, like as soon as it gets to 50, like the next day it'll trigger. Hopefully. It's not going to get us out of this rut we're in with, volunteer only and undisturbed isolation, but it'll at least allow us to go down the Monroe tree. We can get War Plan Red, and we can get Embargo of the Empire, but we can't get anti-imperialism, which that's a shame. Such a shame. Yep, amphibious operations, 2x research bonus for. That's the only research bonuses for transport ships, which doesn't happen until 44 anyway. 1940. Well, we got some time before we need to worry about ships. And same for airplanes too. I'm just trying to get as much out of the way as I can. Yeah, 1940 for that. Flying Fortress. It's just going to be chilling until then, honestly. Preparing for invasion. Realizing that none of your units have still deployed except for a couple Marines. No, not even a couple Marines. One Marine is deployed. See if there's a Marine commander I can get. River attack for engineers. That might not be too bad. Out of supply. Actually, yeah, that might be a good idea. Alexander Patch out of supply. Alright, let's go with him. Because you never know when your Marines might, make it a little too far and get cut off. Improved infantry equipment, awesome. Let's get the support equipment as well. Naval invasion order from Norfolk to let's say Brest. And that will require us to be on top of our game here. So, that's not what I want. I want the shipyard. This one. Oh, here we go. The fascist demand reform. The rapidly growing American fascist movement has never claimed that they need a majority support before they seize power, counting on uniting the nation under their leadership once their rule is established. However, it seems that their public support has grown rapidly. Many fascists are now calling Franklin Delano Roosevelt a hypocrite, claiming to represent the wishes of the people while turning a deaf ear to the masses who want to set the United States on the path to greatness. The call for referendum has been dismissed as a typical attempt at disrupting the system by Democratic Party members so far. But at least it's a political measure. If we do not act now, the fascists may choose the violent struggle as a better path to power. Suppress this hateful movement, don't pay any attention to them, or we become the ruling party. If the people want it, we will hold the referendum. And we are now the free American empire, no longer the United States of America. We are fascist, we do not hold elections, and we will conquer the world. But that's going to do it for this episode. I have been Shaq Nasty, you've been you, and we have made America great for this game. Goodbye.